Of costings, Labor has spent $5 billion in 20 days trying to buy this election. I don't think they're communicating the same positive message that we are. And what Australians know is what has happened under 3 years of Anthony Albanese, that life has not become cheaper.
You ever wake up, rub the sleep out of your eyes, and wonder if your country's being auctioned off while you're still halfway through your Weet-Bix? Because that's exactly what it feels like watching Peter Dutton throw $2 billion taxpayer dollars at the Pacific like he's hosting a bloody game show in Fiji. And all to out-China China. Mate, it's not foreign aid anymore, it's foreign bribery, and we're the mugs footing the bill. Before we dive into this $2 billion anti-China pledge, where Peter Dutton suddenly cares about the Pacific, Sky News acts like his personal hype squad, and debt magically disappears when it's not Labor's, hit that like button like it's a busted calculator at Liberal HQ. Subscribe if you're tired of PR stunts being sold as national strategy. And hey, grab the new Make Albo Great Again tee, just $16 for the next 48 hours. Wear it while they blame Taylor Swift for the economy and call it journalism. Now, before some Sky News intern gets on their high horse. No, I'm not saying helping the Pacific is bad. Dutton reckons he's the bloke to save the region from Chinese influence, when in reality, he's just trying to look like the geopolitical version of Crocodile Dundee. Tough, blokey, and allergic to nuance. But what they're not telling you is this infrastructure fund is just a patch job to make up for America pulling out. The Yanks bailed, and now we're doing cleanup like the Pacific's our ex with a gambling problem. And while he's out there playing Santa Claus in the Solomons, what's going on back home? Mortgage stress is through the roof. Inflation's chewing through paychecks like a seagull through hot chips. And the best our political class can do is take pot shots at each other on breakfast telly. We've got Dutton doing dodgy maths with Taylor Swift ticket prices like he's hosting a bloody TikTok finance podcast. It'll take Taylor Swift 158 years to pay off the debt. Are you taking the piss, mate? I don't care if she's doing backflips in sequence. That's not an economic plan. That's a fever dream with an ABN. Meanwhile, Susan Lay's out here frothing at the mouth, accusing Albo of blowing $5 billion in 20 days, like he's a bloke on a pokies bender in Crown Casino. Yeah, alright, Labor's no angel either. But if we're gonna start throwing shade, let's talk about the $600 billion in fantasy bucks Dutton wants to spend on nuclear subs we won't see until our grandkids are paying off their hicks. You reckon the suburbs in outer Melbourne are losing sleep over nuclear deterrence? Nah, mate. They're worried about whether they can afford their gas bill and baby formula in the same week. And let's not forget the comedy show that is the Coalition's campaign tour. Cam Redden's bouncing around Melbourne, trying to find teal seats like he's on an Uber Eats scavenger hunt. We just turned east out of the CBD. Yeah, cheers, Cam. Let me know when Dutton parachutes into Goldstein with a ukulele and starts busking for votes. But let's be honest, those inner city electorates don't want anything to do with this circus. The Liberals burned that bridge with a flamethrower, and now they're wondering why no one's handing them water. But here's the part that'll really bake your noodle. This whole show, this $2 billion Pacific splurge, the Sky News cheerleading, the staged outrage about Albanese's spending, it's all a distraction. They don't want you looking at the real numbers. Like the fact Australia's debt's hitting $1.2 trillion, and neither side has the guts to tell you how they're actually going to fix it. So instead, we get Taylor Swift analogies and merch drops. Yeah, merch. Make Albo Great Again shirts going for $16, like we're in some alternate universe where irony is dead and buried next to affordable housing. But here's where it gets properly cooked. This isn't just incompetence, it's calculated. The Coalition's counting on you being too tired, too broke, or too bloody over it to notice the sleight of hand. It's political gaslighting, wrapped in Bunnings, sausage, sizzle, patriotism. Look over there, Chinese influence. Meanwhile, your rent's gone up again, and your GP just started charging gap fees the size of a small mortgage. So what are we meant to do? Sit back and cop it. Pretend that a splash of cash in the Pacific is going to fix years of neglect, or that a few election sweeteners will make you forget who sold off public housing and gutted Medicare. Nah, screw that. It's time we called this what it is. A bloody stunt. A $2 billion PR tour paid for by Aussies who are already struggling to make ends meet. If you're sick of being treated like a walking headline, if you're over the endless photo ops, the manufactured outrage, the scripted empathy, then don't just sit there. Smash that like button like it's Peter Dutton's empathy coach. Subscribe if you're done being spun like a Woolies rotisserie chicken. And share this with someone who still thinks politics in this country's about you. Because at the moment it's about power, optics, and clinging to relevance like a cling-wrapped sausage roll. Wake up, Australia. Because while we're busy watching the circus, they're selling the tent.